Oh,
Hello,
everyone.
Toowoomba, and hello, Edgar.
Yeah, so this is just a short video to introduce ourselves, and so we are two pastors in Toowoomba going to the pastoring Living Grace Church. Dirk Willner and my name is Edgar Meyer. And well, what are we doing? What are we offering?
We started in the lockdown the idea of staying in touch and having an encouraging word for everyone who tunes in. But I think Edgar has also got the idea, let's spread it out a bit more.
Well, it was a fluke idea. With the coronavirus and lockdown, we thought, what do we do? So we started these morning chats, which are about maybe 10 minutes long. We do them Monday to Friday, and
An encouraging word.
yeah, just an encouraging word, just chatting about things, bit light, bit normality, but something from God, from the Bible, and the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, and a lot of people are watching them. And then we thought, well, why not offer them citywide?
So enjoy. Yeah.
So it's something for you just to tune in and try out if you want to have some local content. Now, immediately after this introduction, I probably just add one of these morning chats, so you can just keep watching and you get a bit of a feel what they're like. And the next one I'm going to show is your home. What we
okay.
do in your home.
Rightio. Welcome to my home.
Yes, the opening of that chat is very low quality because it's handheld the phone, and I just show Dirk outside of his home, but then we sit down properly and should be okay.
Yep. So the link is probably below.
Oh no, it just follows on the phone.
Oh, you're going to just link it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
but all the other links are then where do they find where those links are?
I think on the Toowoomba Church's webpage,
Okay.
you can find the link. Otherwise, probably YouTube. You can just even Google Edgar and Dirk morning chat. Probably comes up.
Rightio. Enjoy, and
Okay, and
a word of encouragement for every day.
word of encouragement. We want to bless everyone in this lockdown season. Pray God is going to be close to you, and yeah, He has a good will for you. Yay! So
God bless you.
God bless you. So far from us. Bye for now. Hello everyone, this is not Funny Friday, this is Mystery Friday. Just here somewhere in Toowoomba, beautiful home, and the owner of the home is outside, and it is Pastor Dirk.
Hello.
Hello everyone. Yeah,
So what do you think of my little coffee house?
yeah, Friday morning chat, doing something different. So we're at your place now.
Yeah, so it's Surprise Friday, huh?
Yeah, Surprise Friday. And it will have a point why we're here. But that's the first home you've ever owned with.
Our first one, yep.
Yeah.
So as a pastor, it's always been, with Manses, a lower salary, but you had a house provided.
Yeah.
But this is our first home.
So
Our home.
does it feel different?
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a small little house that was actually built in the 1920s, so it's 100 years old.
Okay.
And a lot of wood in the place, and I just love the charm of the old style. It's got character, and I love the wooden floors, and it's just good.
Yeah, when you came and moved up here and ministry, there were a few things you said that struck me. The first one was that you didn't think, this was just temporary. Actually, God called you,
Yeah.
and you're going to be planted here.
Yeah.
So, and you said that was very different from all the other ministry experiences.
Yeah. Not only that, I mean, yes, you're quite right. We had that very distinct call away from not only the places we've been, but a call into something totally new, a new season, a new something. And with this new season was also the severing of a lot of things from the past. And this house, in a way, was the beginning of something new. And when we were driving up, I said to Penny, "What would you like out of our house?" And I shared what we liked, and we had a little prayer about it, just sort of like, God, we'll give it to you. And then we spoke about it with real estate agents, and can you believe in the first day after we've done all of this, we actually already spotted this house, and it wasn't even on the market.
Yeah, yeah.
And God had actually almost set it aside, and it's got all the things we wanted.
Yes.
Yeah.
So definite sense that God led you to actually have your own place, your home, and also connected with your call. You know, I think you compared yourself to being a pot plant.
All the time.
So, you know, you're always a pot plant, and you were here and there and everywhere, but you never really belonged to a place. You never really fully belonged to a community. And now you think, coming up here, you're out of the pot, and you actually get planted properly in the soil. And part of that properly planting is God actually gives you your home.
Actually, Edgar, that was even part of a vision that I had, that when we were here, it was almost like God was using a big hammer, big like a sledgehammer, but something that you held in your hand, not a big one. But he was smashing the pot and saying, it's time for you to let your roots down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, after more than 30 years of ministry, that's a long way to put your roots down. But, you know, I think the point is, and this is for all of us, belonging to a church, according to the Bible, is actually putting your roots down. You cannot really actually belong to a church and just be a pot plant, knowing, you know, I'm not really fully committing to this. I'm just over there. Again, like in the Bible, the imagery of what it means to belong to a church is solid.
Have you got something? He's already prepared.
I got something prepared.
Now, he's prepared something beforehand.
Yeah. And Penny, Dirk's wife, knew the verse. It's in 1 Peter 2, chapter 4. Coming to him as to a living stone, coming to Jesus Christ as to a living stone, rejected indeed by men, but chosen by God and precious. So Jesus is the most important living stone. But then here it comes. You also, as living stones, are being built up as a spiritual house. And then other passages say this spiritual house that together we build actually houses the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Together we are a temple of God. And that is not temporary. You put down roots.
Well, the thing is that, you know, when you're called into ministry, you're called to serve.
Yeah.
And the way that the church is structured in that setting is that you're available to be called from one place to the next. And then you serve, and you serve there for a time until you are called out, you know. So, and in my previous life to ministry, my dad traveled around between Germany and Australia and different houses, different places. And it's like, you know, I counted up somewhere that, you know, in my schooling days, I went through something like 11 different schooling places. Not because I was a bad boy, but simply because we kind of like traveled around in different places. So that pot plant idea went from my natural life into ministry life, and it's almost God is saying, now that's finished. And, you know, there's a longing for you to belong somewhere, because I've often been asked, well, I had this idea of, if I were to die, where would I want to be? And I had no place where I would say, this is the ground where I want to be.
Where I belong, No, I mean, you know, I'm probably the opposite from you. Like, you know, we came to Toowoomba 25 years ago, and I thought, you know, I'm in the country, I'm come from the city, you know, I do my 3 years or 5 years and then probably move on. And we never moved on, so God just kept us here. But, you know, another pastor told me, like, you know, you, as a pastor, you become a spiritual father.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually that sort of relationship. And you don't change your fathers every 5 years.
So it actually says something about the old, or the system that is around there, where pastors are just shoved around, and that you never really become a pastor. Or it's a bit like the idea of hirelings, you know, in terms of you're not really a shepherd of the sheep there, you're just a hireling until someone else shows up.
Yeah, you do a job for, and people know, I mean, people know that you have no commitment to this place, you're gone again in less than 5 years. You never lead, you never be trusted. And I think, you know, that really applies to really everyone. Being a church, it's something more solid, a greater commitment. It's actually, you become family. And I've heard, for instance, that, you know, if you have a new Christian, someone that just comes to faith, and you're the one discipling him, so you become a spiritual father or spiritual mother to that person. One person would say, that relationship lasts all of your life.
It does.
It's not just a job you do for a year or 2 years and then, bye-bye. And I mean, you've given your heart and that person has opened up.
You're probably speaking from personal experience. I can speak from personal experience. The people that I've brought to faith and baptized, adults I'm talking about now, when you've been involved in a ministry with them and you actually have seen their life change, they become lifelong friends.
Yes.
And when we think about what Peter is saying about a house that's being built together, whether that's wood or stone, there's you're that particular stone and it's your ministry that God is saying, now you connect with that one because I want to connect that one to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So you're forever connected and you become part of a building that, that has all sorts of connections with it. But you have got to be the one that connects. It's not like, oh, Edgar, I know this friend, you go and do this.
Yeah.
No, God is saying, you're the one that I want to choose to work through to make this connection. There can be no other. This is the connection that is going to make it solid.
Yes.
So that's where I think God is building the temple. God is building it through you, through me, through every one of us. One connection, one brick, one situation at another.
And it's probably like your natural children as well. You raise them up or you mentor someone for a certain time and then they become mature and they leave home and, but the relationship continues. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah.
And like you said, lifelong friends.
Yeah.
And I would say, let's say doing church this way or understanding who we are, it's so much more fun.
Well, I also think that if you change your way of doing church in this way, rather than clock in, clock out, or the idea that a consumer orientated, I come here, the church has got services, I just want those, and I'll criticize because you're not doing that right, and you haven't got a jumping castle for my kids, and this and that. That kind of thing, that's not what this Bible is talking about, what community is.
Yes.
And when you then you're doing life together, you are actually not just building friendships, as you are saying, you're building family.
Yeah, it is.
But it
family.
actually moves into something that you sort of stay with forever.
And it's something radical to say, but you could say, that's actually who I am.
Yeah.
Let's say the family of Living Grace, and, I know that from other churches watching as well, whatever church you're in, where God planted you, that's actually the people I do life with. The identity of that family, this is where I belong.
Yeah.
It's precious. And that's why we're missing them so much. Hey.
Brothers and sisters.
Yeah,
in
like
Christ,
this social isolation.
Yeah.
I want to see everyone again. And,
when we have our first service back, and this doesn't matter where you are, but I reckon we should have a full day picnic after the service.
Here we go.
Just not like, from now until when. It's like, bring your picnic, bring your blankets, and we have our worship service, and then we just spend time with each other and connect with each other.
And you should bring the fattened calf, I reckon.
The fattened calf?
Yeah, let's say.
A spit? Oh man, this is getting better and better. Yeah. What about the fairy floss? I reckon we should have a fairy floss for the kids.
Here we go. Keep dreaming. So, but that's the encouragement for today. We really miss you. I just encourage you, even though there's social isolation and distancing happening right now, nothing has changed. We together are the building, the temple of God, living stones built together by Jesus Christ himself. We do belong to one another and therefore we miss one another.
Yeah.
Just have a great day and weekend.
Ciao.
Ciao.